Hey, hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Salesforce Wala. Okay, in this video, we are going to learn about the change data capture and the streaming API. So what is a streaming API? Streaming API will help you to capture the real-time data. What will be the real-time data? Real-time data as in, like, for example, if you wanted to modify anything into the case object, then what you are going to do? You are going to just modify it. So we just have to capture that particular data into the LWC component so that we can show any other data in it. So any other data as in, like, so suppose for example, I am changing the priority from low to high of the case, then I wanted to show the data and I wanted to ask the agent to show means to add more information in it, like why exactly we are increasing the priority of this particular case. Okay, so this streaming API will help us, usually help us. How it will help us? Like, streaming API will going to capture the real-time data with the help of the event bus. Okay, now, like, you must have been thinking like how we are going to do that. So there are the three ways basically we usually do that. So first way is like with the help of the change data capture. Second way with the help of the platform events. Third way I'll tell you later. First we will see this is two way, then we will going to see the third way. Okay, so first way is like with the help of the change data capture with the help of the EMP API. Okay, so how we are going to do that? So first of all, you have to go to setup, and then you have to, in the quick find box, you have to search for the change here. Here you can see under integration, you are able to see the change data capture. In the change data capture, you have to select the object on which object you have to put the change data capture. So right now I have already selected the case object. So why I will selected the case object, you can select any other object as well. So for my testing purpose, I have selected the case object. Now this is the first thing that we have to do. Now our first thing is done. Like, you can see the save button here. You can just, whenever you select and move that into the right hand side, you can select, you can save it. Okay, now second thing, we have to create an one LWC component, and on the LWC component we have to import the EMP API models. Okay, now what is the EMP API models? EMP API models will help us to subscribe the event bus, which is going to capture the real-time data. Okay, why we wanted the real-time data? Because, like, suppose for example, we have to capture something in the real-time manner so that we can push them the notification or something like that. At that time it is very much useful to capture it. Okay, so now I'll do one thing. I'll just go back to the LWC component, then let's see it here. Okay, so I'll just go to the LWC component. I am in the LWC component now. Okay, so I have just created this LWC component for my testing purpose. Let me just show you here. What I have done here is, like, if you'll see, I have added one module that is called the EMP API model, which is going to help us to subscribe, unsubscribe, and to capture the error of the streaming API. Okay, so second thing, what you have to do, you have to set up the channel. What channel you have to set up? So right now I am going to use for the case object, so I have just written it for the case change event. You can use for the any other objects as well, so for example standard object, and also for the custom objects as well. What you have to do, you have to just write the like object name and underscore object name change event. That's it. If you'll write it, then you should able to, your channel will be fixed here. Okay, now what we have done in the connected callback, you have seen that, like, we have added the register error listener. So what register error listener will do, it will help us to capture all the errors which are going to be held in this component. Okay, and second thing is, like, we are using the rendered callback. What the rendered callback will do now, rendered callback will help you to subscribe the streaming API. Okay, to subscribe that particular API, and with the help of that particular API we are going to capture the latest data of it. Okay, so now if you'll see that we are using the handle subscribe method, if I'll go to that particular method, you will able to see that we were able to uh, 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 we were able to mm, means returning the not exactly the returning, we were able to printing the new message with the response, whatever the response we were getting it from the API. Second thing, we were subscribing it. Subscribe as in, like, with the help of the subscribe only we should able to see all the data, right? So that is why we are subscribing it. How we are going to subscribe it? There are the mostly the three parameters which we usually put here: the channel name, which is most important, and the -1. -1 is in channel port number. Okay, so that will help us. If you are going to change the port number, that is also okay. There is no issue. You can change the port number as well. Okay. Now, third thing is an unsubscribe. So suppose for example, you have to unsubscribe it after certain point of view. After certain points, you have to some sorry after certain points you have to unsubscribe it. You do not want to capture the real-time data anymore. Then you can just click on the then you can use these functions to unsubscribe the data of it. Okay, now what we have to do, once you have created this component, you have to save it, and we have to make sure that like where you have to put this component. So right now I'm just going to put this component to the record page. So that is why I have export this particular component only for the record page. Now let's go back to the Salesforce again. And in the Salesforce, if you have seen that, like I have put it here, you are not able to see it now, but let me just go to the edit page and I will also show you where I have put it. You can put it anywhere, that particular component. There is no issue on that we just have to capture the data, so that is why I have put it anywhere here. Okay, so here you can see it. uh, I've put the component here. You can see the component name here. So here you can search for the component name, and once you just drag it and drop it, you will be able to see that particular component here, and you just have to click on the save button. Then it will save that particular page. And now we are going to go back to the case, and let's see from the back end. Let me just change the data, and let's see we are able to capture it or not. Okay, so I'll just do one thing. I'll just create the duplicate record here, and with the help of the Salesforce inspector, I will just go to the backend part now with show all data. Show all data, and I'll just do one thing. I'll just change the description with something like test description or test current description. I'll just write it like this. Okay, I'll just save it, and let's see now we were able to capture it or not. So I am just printing into the logs, console log. So let me just open the console log. Let's see it here. Okay, I'll just clear the console log, and now I'll just hit the save button. Let's see we were able to capture it or not. It is saved now. And now, yeah, finally we were able to see that like the changes are going to are captured here. If you'll see that the description here is also, you can see that the test current description, you can able to see that like the whatever the description has to be changed, and what are the fields that is changed, you can see it here. There is one more thing, change field. Whatever the fields is changed, you can see it here. You can see the id here of the record, id of the record as well, you can see it here. And channel name and all the things are available here. You will able to see it here. So what you have to do now, if like suppose if you wanted to show any pop-up whenever we are going to change the priority from low to high, at that time you can directly show the pop-up with the help of this streaming API. Okay, and this is very useful API usually whenever we are working with the streaming things. Okay, streaming thing as in like real-time data, usually where we are whenever we are working on the real-time data and we have to capture the real-time values of it, at the time is usually uh, very useful for us. Okay, so this is for the first method. In the next video I'm going to tell about like how we can do the same thing, how we can going to use the platform event for capturing the real-time data. And third method I'll tell you later. Okay, so now thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel to get the latest video about Salesforce. Thank you.